This is another 7 minutes on the Sabbath day. And today, last video, I talked about love and compassion and loving these people that are on a low consciousness, children-like level. Well, I just want to tell you through personal experience, it's very hard to do this, even for me. I try and I try and I try to look past their absurdities, but sometimes they just come and slap you in the face with it, and it's hard to deal with it. I'm going to give you a couple examples of what it's like being me. Looking like this in this world. I'm not considered normal because I don't shave and have this vanity or this pride. I'm just who I am. And I'm happy with this. Like I said, I've done things that are unbelievable, but I'm happier now than I was doing those things because I've realized of the illusion, the matrix. But anyway, a few years ago, I'm a long-distance runner. I run every morning. I leave my house at 6:30. And I run 3 to 8 miles at 64 years old. And I've been doing this almost every day for 40 years. And I used to run at a beach near where I live, but there got to be so many people coming to do this loop that all they came for was to be seen. And I finally realized that they were basically dead people walking. They have nothing but themselves. That's all they think about is themselves and being seen and just being in the limelight. So I quit running there after 20-some years. So now I run in a park that's real near my house. It's a beautiful park. It's called Hugh McRae Park. Even though it's named after a racist murderer, Hugh McRae, and just read a book. This is true. On the deed, when he gave it to the county, it said no blacks allowed. Now, that's a racist. And then there was a riot in 1898, and a lot of bad things happened, but somehow he skied out that he didn't get involved. Well, he organized the whole thing. Let's get real with it. And everybody that was in on this are rich people now. But that's just another story one day. But I run in this park. It's a beautiful park. I've been going there since I was 6 months old. My parents built a house in the neighborhood right next to it, and I've just watched this park develop. But a while back I was running one Sunday morning early, and I saw an old alcoholic guy with a scraggly beard, kind of looked like me, laying under a shelter to stay out of the weather and sleep off his drunk. Now, I lived in Hawaii for many years. In Hawaii, if the police see this, they just tell the man to move someplace where he can't be seen and sleep it off. But in the state of North Carolina, you go to jail. They just got to take you to jail, even though it's costing them money. They have to take him to jail. But anyway, here's the story. I'm running, I see the old man laying there, and then I hear an ambulance and a fire truck coming. And they both pull up from different directions, and he declines to go because he's just been drunk all night. He's just trying for people to leave him alone. So he declines to be transported, and they leave. So I run another loop around. I come back the second time, and here comes the deputy sheriff pulling up. This young guy, probably 24, 25, red hair, just thought he was the heat. New Hanover County Sheriff's Department. And he comes up, and I look at him when he's getting out of his car, and I say this to him: just another casualty of your legal drug, alcohol. And he gives me the look. So I go ahead and keep running. I run 8 miles that day. I come back around the next time, he's done been transported to jail just because of the white man's water. But anyway, so I come around the next time, and a woman asked me, because she saw me over there with something going on, what happened? She was pushing on a baby in a baby carriage. So I told her what happened. We're talking. All of a sudden, here come 2 deputy sheriff's cars by, the red-haired guy in the front and another guy in the second car. They go down and block the path that we're walking on. And I told her, I hate to tell you this, but they're here for me. And she said, you run here every day. What did you do wrong? I said, I didn't do anything wrong, but they're here for me. So she kind of veers off, and I walk up, and the red-haired guy gets out of the car and tells me to stop. And he said, who are you? And I looked him in the eyes. I said, who are you? And right then, they get an attitude. Hey, he asked me who I was. Who's he? I hadn't done anything wrong. Why should I fear? And then he asked me this question. Mentality. listen. He asked me if I knew the guy over there. Now, I'm supposed to know this guy because I have a beard. I'm supposed to be an alcoholic, suck down the white man's water, which y'all love so much. You know what the white man's water is. Alcohol. I had one of the head detectives in the sheriff's department tell me nobody will get over going to whores or drugs or any vice as long as alcohol's legal. Because they'll go to rehab, spend $30,000 to get out of rehab, go to this a convenient mart, buy them a 12-pack. Where are they in 30 minutes? They're back at the whore or they're back at the drug dealer's house. Alcohol. Nothing will ever change as long as alcohol's legal. And one more about your Christian Bible. Jesus never drank wine. He was in a scene. They didn't drink fermented liquor. That's another little thing put in there for y'all to suck them up. That's where y'all use it for them, right there to get drunk, to do alcohol, when Jesus turned the water to wine. And that very story, if he was the one that was able to tell the people to do it, he's the groom. Another one of your books. I mean, him and her were married. Y'all need to understand what's going on here, how you've been misled by the Roman Catholic Church. They know all these things, but you don't want to listen. So, he approaches me, he talks to me, and he ends up leaving. Because everybody there said, why don't you leave him alone? He runs here every day. He doesn't do anything wrong. But he just had to try to be tough. Well, I gave him a little bit of the mumbo-gumbo for being such a, not treating me like he should have. Now, as I'll tell you, you can bump into just about anybody, Walmart, anywhere, and it don't matter how you treat them, really. But when you meet one of us, and you don't treat us like you would want me to treat you, instant karma gonna get you, boys. All I am is a reflection of your karma. I'm not doing it. You're doing it to yourself, like you're looking in a mirror, and I'm just giving it back to you. So remember that. You don't know who these people are. So that's why you treat everybody like this, because when you meet one of us and you don't, it's got serious repercussions. Maybe it's a big C word. Prostate, testicular, you name it. There's many varieties. Look, and you draw it upon yourself through your mental thinking. Not me, you. So here's what happened recently. I'm running the other day, and I have a lot of black people that are my friends that come to this park to speak with me. A couple of 70-year-old men, a registered nurse, 67, that's working at a major hospital where I am. And I'm not racist at all. Like I said, it's about your attitude. It's not about your color. It's not about how much money you got. It's not about your religion. It's about your attitude. Because I don't like to use vulgar words, but sometimes I do, because I'm not perfect either. But never on the Sabbath day. But it's your effing attitude. That's the name of the game, attitude. How you treat people, how you are. Like you can't ever say you're sorry. You can't ever admit you're wrong. If I do something wrong, I'm going to be the first person to say, I made a mistake, I wasn't paying attention, I ran that stop sign, I didn't mean it, forgive me. You can't do it. You can't say that to people. And it's a shame, but that's what you need to start doing. But anyway, so I'm running the other day. It's 6:45 in the morning. And a white lady in an SUV, a typical 50-year-old hypocritical Christian, pulls up and rolls her window down and looks at me and asks to take my picture. And I looked at her. I said, no, you can't take my picture. I'm on YouTube. If you want a picture of me, go to YouTube and look it up. And she says something else, and I ask her if she's Christian. I ask everybody if they're Christian, because that's what the 7,000 are here to do. And everyone always says, oh, yes, I'm Christian. And I look at them, I said, so when I pull your book of life up next to the real Christian, there's only been one, how's your book going to compare to his life? You're supposed to be Christ-like. Are you Christ-like? That's why you should say, I try to be a Christian. I try to be a Christian. Because there's not one Christian on earth, really. They try to be. That's the correct answer. Because this world will not let you be. It's too much of an influence on your mind. I don't want to go too long tonight, so I'm going to try to make this briefer. In fact, tonight, I'm going to give you a to be continued. Because this is a good story on the sheriff's department once again and how I was treated because I look like this. Now remember, this is what the man y'all are all counting on looked like, Jesus. but he was a little darker than me. So I want you to remember what I'm saying, to be continued next 7 minutes on the Sabbath day.